Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. In this video, we are going to have our discussion on the upcoming transit of planet Mars, which on January 16th is going to enter the sign of Sagittarius, and it is going to be transiting in the Sagittarius sign till February 25th. So friends, as you know this thing that Mars is coming out of a sign where it was in a very flared up, in a very empowered, in a very explosive state, because not only the placement of Mars in Scorpio in itself is a very alarming sign, it's a sensitive placement, but along with that it was also conjunct with Ketu as well. So trust me, if Mars is not a very auspicious planet for you, basis your ascendant, if Mars has got the rulership of 6th house, 8th house, 12th house, a Mars in your chart is placed in the 6th house, 8th house, 12th house, and during this stay of Mars in the Scorpio, you were not able to, or you did not see a doctor or a lawyer or any confrontation. So trust me, count your blessings, you are very blessed, because definitely this was a very sensitive sign placement. But now friends, good times are here, as finally Mars is going to enter the sign of Sagittarius, and over here Mars is also going to get conjunct with Venus as well. So during this whole stay of Mars in the Sagittarius, it is going to stay conjunct with Venus. Rather, Venus is going to be changing signs on February 26th, only a day after. So Venus, which is currently retrograde, it is going to come out of its retrograde motion on January 28th, but afterwards it is going to be in a direct motion, very much empowered and completely and strongly conjunct with Mars as well. So now friends, try to understand this thing, that you know this thing, that whenever we talk about the Mars, so Mars, which represents your willpower, your courage, your initiatives, like the Mars's placement just tells about the way you exert your energies. Now definitely when we talk about the Sagittarius sign, now Sagittarius, which has to do with your belief, your ideals, generalization, we talk about righteousness, optimism. Definitely friends, out of all the zodiac signs, if I were to say or pick any one sign which represents ethics, good morals, hopefulness, so definitely Sagittarius is the sign. Now whenever we talk about the Mars's presence in the Sagittarius sign, that can be seen as a very good sign. Whether if your life hovers around the Sagittarius domain, like you work in the fields of religion, anything to do with religion, anything to do with travels, anything to do with immigration, with banking, with teaching, with philosophy, with writership, so definitely you are going to get benefited, because Mars's placement or Mars's transit just tells about that in which specific area of life your drive, your energy are going to take a shift. So Mars's placement in the Sagittarius can be seen as a very good sign. Now if you have to understand it from the Venus's contribution perspective, so definitely friends, whenever Mars and Venus come together, it generates the energy of passion. Now see, the thing is, Sagittarius is not that sensitive sign that it could make you or make your energies go hedonistic. So for example, when we talk about signs like Gemini, when we talk about signs like Scorpio, we talk about sign like Pisces, so that could be a red flag platform for the exertion, for the manifestation of the combined energies of Mars and Venus. But when we talk about from the perspective of Sagittarius sign, so definitely it is going to give good functioning ground to both of these combined energies. But also friends, it has also got a two-way or a pros and cons of looking at it. So for example, the beneficial side of this conjunction which could manifest in transit is that it can actually make you very driven, very passionate, very hopeful, very optimistic towards your profession. Either you belong and your profession belongs to the Sagittarian fields, or in general as well. Like for example friends, I am a part of so many things, but whenever I do or I associate myself with anything which involves religion, which involves divinity, I just put my whole passion, whole energy into it. So that is the way the energy manifests when Mars and Venus gets conjunct in the Sagittarius sign. But the vulnerable side of the Sagittarian energy could be that it could actually make you driven towards taking chances, taking lucky break, too much spending on gambling, or wasteless travels and all. That could be one of the vulnerable side of the manifestation of the energy of Mars and Venus in the Sagittarius sign. But apart from that, friends, in general, if I were to say, so definitely in the global event perspective, even if we want to understand it, so all those people who in any way connected with the becoming or if you are a custodian of religion, like in certain parts, like for example, even in India, on and off we keep on hearing about like some sort of a crusade happen, or this politician made some sensitive, very sensationalized communal comment and all of that. He passed that statement. So all those things can also stirred up, because lot of passion, lot of energy going in the sign of religion, going in the sign of religious austerity or a proper institutionalized religion. So that is how you can see the energy manifesting with the contribution of Mars and Venus in the Sagittarius sign. And lastly, friends, one thing which I want to clear over here is that, see, I am a very positive person. I always look at the brighter and positive side of things. Like the way a lot many astrologers are talking about that, definitely we have the Kal Sarp Yoga which is getting formed right now in transit, where all the planets are tightly conjunct within the axis of Rahu and Ketu. But try to understand this thing. Definitely Kal Sarp could be a unsettling time in this regard, that Rahu and Ketu hold this key of creating a kind of confusion, of chaos, or reducing your free will. But try to understand this thing, that within the axis of Rahu and Ketu, planets are in their best dignified state. Like for example, with the entry of Mars in the Sagittarius sign, very soon Sun is also going to enter the sign of Capricorn. It is going to get conjunct with Saturn over there. So if you will see the alignment or the string which has formed right now, so Sagittarius sign getting empowered with Mars and Venus. For the Saturn, it is actually empowered in the Capricorn sign, and Jupiter, which in itself is the significator of giving us more opportunities, it is also in an empowered state, in a dignified state in the Aquarius sign. So that means that definitely there is a kind of strong karmic energy which is getting created, because all the planets hemmed in between Rahu and Ketu, but they are in a dignified state. So let's say, for example, if your profession, your occupation involves uncertainty, your dashas are running very promising and you are awaiting for some lucky break, some new opportunity. So basis the planetary alignments which you have in your chart, those results can be anticipated, because planets are in a dignified state. Had the planets been in this alignment that they are in the axis of Rahu and Ketu, but Saturn is in the Scorpio, or like for example Jupiter is in Capricorn, so we have passed that time. So now the planets are in a dignified state where they are in this capacity to manifest good results. Rahu and Ketu are not physical bodies. Try to understand this thing. They just create a spark, they just initiate or trigger things. So with the triggering factor contributing from Rahu and Ketu, and with the empowered state of other planets, good results can be anticipated. It all comes down to with how much dedication, devotion you are working hard, and what kind of yogas you have in your chart. So moving ahead, friends, now we will take up our discussion to the next section, and now we will try to understand that how this entry of Mars in the Sagittarius sign is going to be impacting, influencing all the ascendants. So beginning with the Aries ascendant natives first. So definitely, friends, it is a very auspicious, important planet for you. I would say for the Aries ascendant natives, Mars being in the 8th house also was not a very alarming state for you, because 8th house is being ruled by your ascendant lord only. So the ascendant lord never does any harm to its own ascendants, own ruling signs. So now, friends, as Mars is going to enter your 9th house, that can be seen as a very good sign, very good energy. So whatsoever plans you have currently right now, in whichever area of life you are working in, Mars is definitely going to open up new doors, new visions, new ideas are definitely going to manifest in your life. And I will not be surprised if someone who holds a strong authority, who has a strong say, that important person might also enter in your life during this phase of Mars's entry in the 9th house, which could play a very pivotal role in the form of giving you some opportunity, introducing you to some opportunity, giving you, guiding you, mentoring you regarding taking some important decision in your professional, in your career front, because as you know that your 5th house lord, which is planet sun, that is also soon going to be entering your 10th house as well. So I would say friends that definitely right now you are running a very auspicious time with your 9th house lord being in a very dignified state in the house of your wish fulfillment. Saturn is also very much in an empowered state in the 10th house, and with the whole planetary alignment and chemistry taking place with Mars in your 9th house, I would say that definitely new vision, new way of looking at the world and working on your plans is going to manifest. All those people in whose case your profession, your occupation somehow hovers around the Martian field of policing, of law, of real estate, of construction, or the Sagittarius field, where we talk about banking, we talk about teaching, anything to do with institutionalized religion and authorship, writership. So all those people can definitely get benefited. This is definitely going to be a very auspicious time for you. Your ascendant lord going in the house of luck and fortune, that in itself means that time is very ripe for you. Have faith in the higher powers and take the chance, and things can manifest in your favor. Now friends, when we talk about from the perspective of the people in the love and romance and romantic relationship perspective, so friends, as you know that your 7th house lord, which is planet Venus, it is retrograde till 28th of January. So in the matters of love and romance, do not be in this rush to give your nod or take up a call on someone, on some relationship, on some proposal. Take up your time, at least till the time Venus doesn't come out of its retrograde motion. But apart from that, whether in the form of gaining from travels, new vision, many new contacts, and heightened interest and passion invested in religion, in religious austerity, can be anticipated with this transit of Mars in your 9th house. The only one thing which I want to advise over here is that try to remain very, very much respectable and respectful towards your father and people who hold some religious authority, or people who are connected with the fields of religion and all of those things. Remain very much respectful towards them. Moving ahead friends, now if you want to understand the results for all the Taurus ascendant natives. So friends, in your case, as you can fairly see that Mars is a neutral planet for you, because it has got the rulership of your 12th house, and it has also got the rulership of your 7th house as well. And in transit it is going to enter your 8th house. So definitely friends, a lot of passion is going in the house of like research and exploration. So if in any ways, if in your life 8th house related professions are getting qualified, anything to do with insurance, with income tax, with research, with mystic sciences, with adult industry, if all those occupation and fields are getting qualified, you can definitely get benefited. Like the way I already mentioned this thing, that Mars and Venus can generate a lot of passion, but the sign where they are getting conjunct is the sign of righteousness only. But the only vulnerability is that, just because I already mentioned the pros and cons of this conjunction, that in a vulnerable aspect, this can actually make you driven towards a lot of fun, taking chances, speculation, in gambling. So I would say that try not to rub your luck on a wrong way. Like being well prepared is one thing, and taking chances without any preparation is another thing. So that is the one thing which I want to tell you over here, specifically in the matters of your commercial activities, with business activities, anything to do with partnership, anything to do with love, romance, foreign dealings. So it will be advisable that do not leave things on luck. Do your preparation well enough before giving your nod in any important given situation. And definitely friends, when we talk about 8th house, I would say that 8th house, which has got a lot of passion involved in it, but this is also the house of sadhana as well. So because of which taking interest in yoga, meditation, spirituality will be the right way of guiding the surge of energy which you will feel once Mars is going to enter your 8th house. And I would say that the matters of joint resources, anything to do with wills and joint resources, all those people can get benefited because of this triggering effect which Mars is going to generate or create in your 8th house. And all those people in whose case anything to do with immigration, foreign lands, or import export or travel, if that is getting qualified, all those people can actually look forward to some sudden opportunity which might come your way. Moving ahead, friends, now for all the Gemini ascendant natives. So friends, in your case, as you can fairly see that Mars is finally going to be coming out of your 6th house of conflict, and now it is going to be entering your 7th house. So with the energy of both Mars and Venus over here in your 7th house, so all the matters of the 7th house is definitely going to get triggered up. So now friends, first try to understand this thing, that when we talk about the Mars's role in your life, so Mars has got the rulership of your 11th house of opportunity, and it has also got the rulership of your 6th house as well. So that in itself tells about that whatsoever you want to achieve or accomplish, highest of your goals, Mars holds this key to granting all of your those wish, but only after facing the opposition, resistance, or enduring the hard work. So I would say friends, for anything or any opportunity to manifest, if that is getting qualified right now in your journey of life, so those can manifest because of the heated energy getting generated in your 7th house. Anything to do with the mass media fields, anything to do with you have your own business, so all those people can get benefited in the form of some opportunity which can manifest right now, or Mars which can bring in your life. The second way of looking at this transit movement is that when we talk about from the perspective of the relationship, so definitely friends, the Mars and Venus's energy coming to your 7th house for all those people who are single, so in the form of getting some prospective match, being introduced to someone by your common friend and all of that, so all those energy can get generated, but try to remain very very sound, very rational while giving your nod to any sort of proposal, because as you know that Venus is retrograde, and whenever we talk about the conjunction of Mars and Venus, this is the energy of impulse, this is the energy of strong surge of passion. So when we talk about some lasting relationship, for that you have to give attention to your ongoing dasha. We say that Jupiter is the chief significator of giving us a lasting relationship. Mars and Venus is the energy of enjoyment, of passion, of frivolousness. So give attention in all those matters. And I would say friends, if in your case, if your occupation, your livelihood is connected with the fields of mass media, entertainment, artistic and creative fields, so all those people can get benefited because of this energy getting generated in your 7th house. And all those people who are already married, in a loving relationship, so lot many travels, so travels, exploration, surprising each other with gifts, some adventure trip and all of that, all those things can be anticipated with this entry of Mars in your 7th house. Moving ahead friends, now for the Cancer ascendant natives. So now friends, in your case, this whole energy and alignment is taking place in your 6th house. So friends, as you know this thing that Mars is definitely a very important planet. It's a Yogaraka planet for you guys, and it is going to be entering in your 6th house. So now friends, like the way we say that for the Cancer ascendant natives, the one thing which define their life, their whole personality is their emotions. And like the way I always say this thing, that civilization is the intelligent use of our human emotions. So that is one thing which the Cancer ascendant natives need to learn, because definitely if you are going to give the direction of your emotions and feelings towards service related fields, anything to do with devotion, anything to do with art and creativity, you can excel in all those fields. The only problem comes when we take our emotions, feelings, and we put it into the matters of 6th house, getting into conflicts, ego related concerns in our daily work life, and we create problem for our own self. So one thing friends which I want to say over here is that in your daily work life, energies is going to get stirred up. So try to remain very cautious that unnecessary you should not create or stir up any controversy. This alignment can be seen as good in this regard, that let's say for example, if in your case your profession, your occupation is straight away connected with the Martian field, like for example anything to do with policing, anything to do with law, anything to do with construction, with real estate, so this contribution of Mars and Venus is definitely going to bring lot of finesse, lot of detail oriented approach in your daily work life. You will be able to deal and coordinate all of those people who work for you, who report to you, your juniors, in a very efficient way. So now friends, the only vulnerability with this aspect is that, like for example, if you're already going through some conflict, or you share bad vibes with someone. So this is not the time to driven by your impulse, your instincts, and with the surge of emotions, just giving that outburst to someone who you do not like, or you do not share a good rapport with someone. So I would say, if you're already going through some conflicting situation, this is not the right time for you to either ponder over those thoughts or confront those people. But I would say that in order to work passionately regarding your craft, in your daily work life, and if your field is connected with the your occupation is connected with the Martian field, or even if you work in any of the service industry, health industry, fitness industry, medical industry, so all those people can get benefited. Lot of finesse, lot of passion is going in the house of your skillfulness. Moving ahead, friends, now if you want to understand the results for all the Leo ascendant natives, so definitely friends, same like the Cancer, Mars is a very important planet for you, and in transit its entry in the 5th house can be seen as a very good sign, specifically for all the Leo ascendant natives. So out of all the ascendants, I would say specifically the Leo ascendant natives are going to have the most gala, most enjoyable time in the form of a lot many parties, adventure, travel, celebration. It is a very ripe and high time for you to get into relationship, because there is definitely going to be a lot of eyeballs which will be connected onto you. So your style, your self-expression, the way you present yourself, everything is going to be the talk of the town. So make the best use out of that. And let's say, for example, if your occupation, your nature of work is connected with the fields of where you want to be noticed and recognized, anything to do with mass media, with artistic, with creative fields, all those people can get benefited. Now friends, the vulnerable part of this transit is only for those people, for example, if you are a student where right now your priority has to be in your academics, in your grades, so the distraction is definitely going to be very high during this time. So try to focus yourself only on your education, and I would say that definitely this is going to be a good enjoyable time for the Leo ascendant natives. So lot many travels, lot many adventure, even if you invest or you deal in stock market, in speculation, all those people can also get benefited. So regarding all those things, I would say that Mars's entry in the 5th house can be seen as a very good time. Make the best use out of it. And friends, like the way I always say this thing, that Mars, which in your case has got the rulership of some important houses, like it has got the rulership of your 9th house of luck and fortune, and 5th house also tells about all the transformation which takes place in our profession, because it is the 8th house from our 10th house. So I would say that even if in your professional front you want to make some changes, you want to apply for a new role, you want to try some new market, some new collaboration, some new opportunity, applying for a new job, new role, so I would say this transit in your 5th house can be utilized. This energy can be utilized to the best of your capabilities, because at the end of this transit of Mars in the Sagittarius, it can actually give you some good opportunity as well. Moving ahead, friends, now for all the Virgo ascendant natives. So friends, in your case, as you know that Mars is going to be entering your 4th house. So friends, if I were to say Mars is not a very auspicious planet for you, so your energy, your initiative, your drive needs to be utilized in a very graceful way, because a lot of passion is going in the house of your domestic life, in your inner core emotional state. So I would say the beneficial aspect of this transit of Mars in your 4th house is that let's say, for example, if your profession is connected with the fields of real estate, construction, manpower management, interior decor and all of that, so all of these people connected with these fields can definitely get benefited. Lot of passion is going in your domestic life, so definitely this can be seen as a very good time for some party at your home, some celebration, or for taking your family out for vacation, all of that. So all those things can manifest. The only vulnerability of this transit of Mars in your 4th house is that let's say, for example, friends, because 8th house energy is always carrying some sort of some wounds, some sort of scandalous energy as well. And Mars in your case has also got the rulership of your 3rd house of willfulness, of courage, of valor as well. So I would say that if you are already going through some issue, some kind of ongoing trouble on the matters of your 4th house, Let's say, for example, any of the dispute connected with the property within your home, you're going through some dispute, or any of the concern or conflict or dispute with your in-laws, with your within your family member. So this is not the right time for you to, driven by your passion and that thrust, to confront someone, because the burst of energy or the outburst of your energies may go things haywire. So if you're already in the middle of a conflict, I would say try to avoid the confrontation. But apart from that, if everything is by the grace of God's happy-go-lucky right now in your life, so you can get the best out of this transit of Mars in your 4th house. And like the way I always say this thing, that 4th house somehow plays a very important role in giving us the drive deep from within us. So inner drive, inner motivation is definitely going to guide you well enough, and some good happy moments, time with your family and friends can be expected with this entry of Mars in your 4th house. And all the people connected with the 4th house related and overlapping Mars's fields and profession can get benefited. Moving ahead, friends, now for all the Libra ascendant natives. So friends, as you can see that in your case, Mars is going to be entering your 3rd house, which can be seen as a very good sign, because Mars is also the Karaka or significator of the 3rd house as well. In your chart, Mars has got the rulership of your 12th house and the 7th house. So that in itself tells about that, yes, definitely in the form of feeling yourself in a position of power can be anticipated for all the Libra ascendant natives. Let's say, for example, if you're already in your own business, you are a freelance person, you are self-employed, you are a skilled person, so all those people can get benefited. Because friends, when we talk about the 3rd house has to do with our desires, with our hobbies. So not only the transit and the entry of Mars is going to create a lot of energy of short journeys and adventure, very pleasing travels, and getting together with your friends, and enjoying with your friends. So all those energy is going to get manifest. So whether in the form of some commercial gains, whether in the form of some new initiated and new created opportunities being introduced to someone who is a very important person, who can have an important say in your profession, in your undertakings. So I would say regarding all those front, the entry or the transit of Mars in the 3rd house can be seen as a very good energy. Specifically all those people, if you are a blogger, you are a YouTuber, you are a content creator, anything to do with journalism, with PR agency, advertising, all those people can get benefited because of the entry of Mars in your 3rd house. The only thing is that, friends, when we talk about the specifically the relationship front, so if you are already in the relationship, so this energy is going to create a lot of energy of exchanging gifts, going on dates, some romantic intimate moments spent with your partner, with your spouse, with your lover. But the only thing is that if you are already single, so I would say that do not be in a rush to commit to someone, because specifically till the time Venus is retrograde till January 28th. So that is the time period till when you have to remain cautious, you have to remain on guard. But afterwards, definitely Mars and Venus's energy in the 3rd house is definitely going to create a lot of energy of passion, lot of energy of spending some good time with your loved ones, with your friends, with your family, and some good enjoyable trips and experiences are awaiting for all the Libra ascendant natives. Moving ahead, friends, now for all these Scorpio ascendant natives. So friends, in your case, as you can fairly see that Mars is finally coming out of your ascendant and it is going to be entering your 2nd house, which can be seen as a very good energy. So definitely, friends, Mars being your ascendant lord, wheresoever it goes in the transit, your whole focus, your whole energy goes in the matters of that house. So this can be seen as a very good time to revisit and reflect on your financial management in whichsoever area of life you are working hard. That are you on the right path? Whatsoever you have been working hard, is it reciprocating in equal measures financially or not? And also in the form of some new financial opportunity. Let's say, for example, if you are in banking field, you are in your family business, anything to do with fast moving consumer goods, or for example you are in the Martian field of construction, of manpower management, of real estate, anything, so all those people can get benefited. Definitely your whole focus is going in the second house related matters, and because of the contribution of Venus as well, so there is a lot of passion, there is a lot of energy which is going in the matters of your financial earning. So I would say make the best use out of it, because friends, also right now even Saturn is very much empowered in your third house as well. So I would say that third house transit of Saturn is always about creating something new and completely relying on your own. So I would say that time is very ripe, make the best use out of it. The only thing is that with Mars and Venus's conjunction in the second house, which is the house of our speech, so try to remain very sensitive, cautious, because see, here we are not talking about looking at some hatefulness, some resentment which could be the domain of some other sign. But many times what happens is that even driven by your passion, sometimes we end up saying something, we might be saying truth, but that might not be required at that specific moment. So I would say that regarding your speech, the intensity and the force of your emotions while speaking, just remain cautious when you are talking on sensitive matters, that you are pouring out your heart, but it should not offend someone or it should not create a problem or troubles in times to come. But apart from that, regarding the financial gain, this transit of Mars in your second house can be seen as a very good sign. Moving ahead friends, now if you want to understand the results for all the Sagittarius ascendant natives, so definitely friends, this whole entry of Mars is taking place in your first house. I would say, like the way I mentioned this thing, that this is the most favorable and fun time for the Leo ascendant native, and I would say this is the most blessing time for the Sagittarius ascendant native, because for long friends, in your 12th house Mars and Ketu were conjunct, which is a little bit sensitive and a very unsettling energy. So I would say that you must be lucky that some ghost of the past or some wounds or cuts, visit to hospital, you do not have to experience all those sorrowful things. You will be very lucky because this transit might have created that energy. But now friends, finally all those vulnerable times are over. Mars is coming to your first house, which is definitely going to make you confident, empowered, put you in a position of power. You will be in a state to take some right initiative, right decision, because Mars also represents not only our courage, our initiative, our goal setting. Mars also represents our logics, our problem solving skills as well. So the whole thrust of energy is now coming to your first house. And as you know friends, that even in the transit, Saturn is empowered in your second house. Like for example, even the planet Jupiter is also your ascendant lord, is also empowered in your third house. And when we talk about the role which Mars plays, Mars has also got the rulership of your fifth house as well, where we talk about your mind, your intellectual capabilities. So I would say friends, definitely if you are in some mid management, in some leadership role, so this transit and entry of Mars in your first house is definitely going to give you right direction. And apart from that friends, because when we talk about the way Mars functions in the Sagittarius sign, so a lot of energy goes in our belief, in our ideals, in our generalization. So it is a good time for you to wholeheartedly devote your energies in any sort of religious austerity. So for example, if you are in that state for long, you have been looking forward to ordering some new religious or godly altar at your home, or you're looking forward to starting some new religious practice, like for example you want to start a practice of reciting Sundarkand every Tuesday. You have been just waiting for that right opportunity to start the 16 Somvar Vrat, 16 auspicious Monday fasting, anything bases your religion, bases your belief, bases your philosophy. So this can be seen as a very auspicious time to get into that habit and start some religious devotional habit, rule or practice during this entry of Mars in your first house. And definitely friends, because along with Mars, Venus is also going to be conjunct right over there in your first house. So that means your head, your whole personality is definitely going to be driven with lot of passion as well. So it all comes down to which direction you are going to give to your this surge of energy and passion. So I would say for any sort of religious austerity, wisdom, acquisition of knowledge, knowledge, of travels, of business investments. This transit can be seen as a very good sign for even initiating some religious habit, activity, a rule. This transit of Mars can be seen as a very good sign. The only vulnerability is that let's say, for example, if you are in that sphere of the life where you are a religious custodian, or you are in any authorship or writership, anyway, if religion and godliness is getting involved and you are a spokesperson on those matters, so try to remain bit calm and being in control while expressing yourself, so that it should not stir up some controversy. Moving ahead, friends, now if you want to understand the results for all the Capricorn ascendant natives, so definitely, friends, in your case, Mars is going to be coming to your 12th house now, so which in itself is going to be creating some lot of energy, because as you know that in your case Mars has got the rulership of your 11th house, but it has also got the rulership of your 4th house as well. So Mars entering your 12th house is going to be first of all creating this energy that, for example, when we talk about any proposal, any opportunity, any new offer which come to your way, try to check and judge its credibility first, because 11th house lord entering the 12th house might give you a lot of hope, but later on you might get to know that the credibility or the sustainability of this opportunity, of this offer, is not as bright as it has been showed to me. So it becomes very important while signing up anything, try to look at the pros and cons and credibility of that. And apart from that, like for all those people in whose case like construction, real estate, building material and manpower management, all those entities are getting qualified. So I would say that till the time Mars is transiting in your 12th house, while signing up anything, do not trust anything on the face value. Look at the credibility, get into the deeper aspect of assessing everything before giving your final nod, before signing up anything. So that is the one thing which I want to say. And as you also know this thing that, friends, in your case Venus is a very important planet for you. Venus is your your Karaka planet, and Venus has also got the rulership of the way your mind function and your professional endeavors. So Venus is going to get conjunct with Mars. Venus is retrograde as well, so because of which any important professional decision making needs to be taken with lot of caution, specifically till January 28th, till the time Venus is very much afflicted. It is in the 12th house where it is considered as good, but just because it is retrograde as well, so try to remain a bit cautious while signing up or giving your nod on any important sensitive matters. But I would say that, friends, definitely there is going to be a lot of energy which is going to get triggered up regarding the romance and fun and enjoyment. If I were to say, so yes, definitely Venus has got the rulership of your 5th house as well, so this can be seen as a good time to experience life and have those pleasurable, intimate those experiences. But when it comes down to having a balance, having a kind of a discipline, that you should know that when to say no or when that is enough. So there has to be proper balance in all those hedonism and enjoyable and passionate sensual experiences. And when we talk about the love and romance perspective, so till the time Venus is retrograde, I am not looking forward to some sustainable lasting relationship. This could be just a casual flare which might have triggered up because of the transit of and the combined energy of Mars and Venus taking place in your 12th house. Moving ahead, friends, now if you want to understand the results for all the Aquarius ascendant natives, so definitely, friends, in your case Mars is going to enter your 11th house, which can be seen as a very good sign. So as you know this thing, friends, that Mars is definitely a very important planet for you, because it has got the rulership of your 3rd house, which is the house of your courage, your initiative, and it has also got the rulership of your 10th house of your professional undertakings and endeavors as well. So I would say, friends, that definitely 11th house getting triggered up, getting stirred up with the energy of Mars and Venus is definitely a very good sign. So this is a time when you have to remain socially active, make your presence felt and known by people around you. The more you can socialize, you might end up creating some new opportunity as well, because as I have already mentioned, Mars has got the rulership of your third house, of your initiative, of some new ventures as well. So for anything to do with working hard on any of your ventures, even within your professional front, I'm looking forward to this transit as that it can actually give you some sort of recognition, some award. Any work which you might have done in the past, suddenly it is going to get recognized. You will be put in the limelight and everyone is appreciating you. So lot many travels, lot many collaboration, working hard with a very clear vision for your future can be foreseen. Even the support of the feminine influence can also help you progress in your life during this phase. So in a nutshell, if I were to say, this is a very auspicious time which has come for all the Aquarius ascendant natives. Jupiter is already there in your first house, and many times we do not realize this thing, that Saturn being in the 12th house, being in the Capricorn sign, is all about groundedness. So that in itself tells about that Saturn is actually restraining all of your expenses, and Jupiter is giving you and blessing you with more wisdom, more opportunity being there in your first house. So I would say, friends, keep your social life active, take as much initiative, as many chance you can take. Do not be on that back foot. If you think that this person could play an important role in giving you some guidance, some direction, be upfront. Don't be very offending, but I would say that be in that proactive mode in the face of any opportunity or even the sign of any opportunity, and keep your social life active. Lot many travels, lot many adventure, new connection, new friendship, new bonds can be foreseen with this transit of Mars in your 11th house. And along with that, friends, even in the form of for love, for romance and all those pleasurable experiences as well, with the conjunction of Mars and Venus, I'm definitely looking forward to you being introduced to someone whom you know, and this is how the energies is going to manifest. And this can be seen as a positive transit for all the Aquarius ascendant natives. And lastly, friends, for all the Pisces ascendant natives, in your case, friends, Mars has got the rulership of your second house, of your finances, and it has also got the rulership of your 9th house, of your luck, of your fortune. So I would say, friends, where else you will find such an important planet which has got a say that divine grace is going to help you in all of your financial undertakings. So I would say, friends, that the transit of Mars in your 10th house can be seen as a very good sign. So I would say that in your professional front, some sort of financial remuneration, some new opportunity can get generated. Now, friends, try to understand this thing, that when I say opportunity, this is not the transit of Jupiter which we are talking about. Mars's transit is all about putting your wholehearted efforts. Now, the good part with the Mars's transit in the Sagittarius sign is that all of your energies and drive is completely focused and goal driven. Here we are not talking about a scattered or a restless energy. Here we are talking about a focused, piercing energy. So I would say, friends, that definitely it is going to be a very good time. Mars has also got the rulership of your 9th house of luck and fortune as well. So be very much respectful towards all the omens, and take some important decision at your work front. Divine is definitely guiding you. This can also be seen as a very positive and auspicious time if in your professional front you want to talk about a financial raise, or you want to if you think that your hard work is not getting recognized the way it should be, specifically financially. So I would say that this could be seen as a very good time for taking chance, applying outside of your company and organization. So for all of those front, this transit of Mars in your 10th house is definitely going to be creating some very positive energy. Now, friends, the vulnerable or the sensitive aspect of this transit is that just because the moment Mars is going to enter your 10th house, it is going to get conjunct with Venus as well. So there is a lot of energy of passion which is getting generated in your 10th house, which can be utilized to the best of your capabilities. If, let's say, for example, your nature of work is connected with the fields of art, with creativity, with PR, with advertising, with mass media, filmmaking, theater, dramatic performances, then definitely you are going to get benefited. But apart from that, this can be seen as a little bit sensitive time for like work related, romance, and affair can actually, and all of those energy can get generated. So it all comes down to in which light you want to use it, or in which light it is going to be happening in your life. But definitely lot of passion, lot of energy is now coming in the house of your profession. So I'm actually looking forward to all the Pisces ascendant natives working hard, working very passionately, and working, most importantly, working with a clear vision regarding their professional undertakings during this transit of Mars in your 10th house, which is definitely going to be creating some very positive news, and some financial gains can also be anticipated with this entry of Mars in your 10th house. So that is something, friends, which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs for this upcoming transit of Mars in the sign of Sagittarius on January 16th. For further more updates and notifications on the divine signs of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like my Facebook page. Thank you. So that is the intruder I have, and that is the inspiration I have.